We used to look up at the sky and wonder at our place in the stars.
This is the world you've made yourself. Now you have to live in it.
The end is in our sights.
The future is already here.
No matter how hard we tried, we are doomed.
Say your goodbyes. Brace yourself.
I can see the end inside.
Three, two, one. Hardwired.
Takes a low roll, takes a high roll, takes another high roll. Oh my goodness me! Well, and he's just going to end it.
Right. Good evening, everyone. It's not Veil Cup or something like that. It's Blitz. It's not Veil 4 versus 4. We didn't change that for some reason, but it's going to be Blitz Premier Cup Season 4. We're going to be following the wildcard tournament. Exciting stuff ahead, and I got a lot of updates with you. New gaming laptop. I had a prior check, and everything seems to be running smoothly. You will be blessed with high quality graphics in the game, not the potato quality you have in my previous stream, so your eyes won't be strained by the lack of quality. But I digress. And because everything it's moved towards the new laptop, we're not going to start with this off, of course. Okay, actually, I'm just going to do that. PowerPoint is a really powerful tool, and I think I will be using that a lot in my future streams. And it takes a lot quicker to get everything done. Well, anyway, this is Blitz Premier Cup Season 4 wildcard tournament, and it's already been like 2 years running. I think this is our already 2 years of running, functioning, and 4th season. Hopefully everything is going to run smoothly. Hopefully, be doing more of a managerial role to this time round. So yeah. Yeah, so probably lots of wasn't involved in a lot of stuff this time. I think lots of the crew members are very helpful in organizing this tournament and getting everything sorted, and it's really good to have everyone putting their weights in. And yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about that. First thing first, getting out of the way would be the wildcard format. The good thing is I can. How do I? No, not this. There we go. Laser pointer. I found it. So tonight it's going to be a single round robin. So it's going to be the same as the 8-team round robin you see in the official tournament seasons, but yeah, single round robin. So every team will play the other 3 teams once. We only have 4 teams, so logically it's going to be 3 teams to play. It will be in the best of 5 series, so I think if you follow my streams for a really long time, you know what best of 5 means, so I'm not going to explain too much what it means. So what happens tonight is that the top 2 teams will advance to stage 1 group stage. There are 4 teams and 2 spots only. Very likely we might have tiebreakers. I don't think we will have the head-to-head fixture victory, so it's going to be a 3-way tie. It's going to be a 3-way tie if we're going to be using tiebreakers. So we're going to be first determining the number of matches won overall. So for all 3 matches, if the team gets higher number of matches won in all 3 games, then this team will qualify, will be ahead of the other teams below. Same goes for the number of matches lost overall. What it means by number of matches won in head-to-head fixtures is that, for example, if we have 3 teams, the 3 teams tonight will be Zenith, Jokes, LNC, and also Cash. So let's say Zenith, Cash, and Jokes are tied. One match. So if we want to determine the number of matches won in head-to-head fixtures, we look at each of them. So for example, Zenith versus Jokes, Zenith versus Cash. So these 2 fixtures, if Zenith wins more matches, then Zenith will qualify, right? So the same goes to the other teams. So same logic applies to number of matches lost. I'm aware that the 2022 summer season results might be a bit difficult to use here. And hopefully we won't go to the alphabetical order. That will not be the best tiebreaker, but this is pretty much a force majeure situation. Hopefully we won't go into that. And we haven't got into a tiebreaker situation before, so it will be new thing for us if it's going to happen like that. Okay, so after the wildcard tournament is over, we head to the main stage, the main tournament, the main juice. So like last season, there will be 2 groups of 6 teams. Top 2 of each group will qualify to the upper bracket, to the upper bracket in stage 3. Okay, so for the first finishing team, let's say Endgame finish first in their group, and they will be having they will be automatically qualified to the upper bracket second round. I forgot the term for that. They don't need to play the upper bracket second round, and yeah, and they will play an hour later. So there are rewards if you finish first in your group. What happens if you finish 3rd and 4th? you go to the upper bracket. You go to the last chance tournament in stage 2. It will be a double elimination without a grand final. So the qualifiers will be from the winner, or the winning team of the upper bracket final and lower bracket final. So if you win in the upper bracket final, you don't have to play another game on the same day. So there are rewards if you qualify first. So the most complicated thing will happen now in stage 3. What will the matchup be? So it will be quite a complicated situation, so bear with me on that. So if we have the qualifiers in stage 2 being from the same group, right? So we will have the second, let's say group 1 qualifiers. Let's say group 1 we have two qualifiers in stage 2, and then they qualify to stage 3. And the second, or let's say the second will be Serenity. If Serenity is second, they will face the 4th placing team in their group. And what about the 3rd place in their group will be facing the second placing team of the other group, right? So so what it means is that in case the qualifiers are from the same group, the second of that particular group will face the 4th of the same group, and the second of the other group will face the 3rd of the group of that group from the qualifiers, right? It's going to be a bit mind-boggling, but hopefully the Discord server will explain clearly what it means. Alright, maybe I should draw something. Maybe that will help. Something like... Alright, so let's say Serenity is here. Okay. Alright, let's say we have... Veil. And also Immol. Okay, they all qualified. This is the placing in group 1, and Veil and Immol qualified to stage 3. So in this situation, Serenity will face Immortals in the same group. And group 2, let's say APA qualified as the second team in group 2. Okay, so Veil will face Appa. Right, so if we have 2 qualifiers from the same group. So if we have 2 qualifiers from different groups, then it will be easy. So let's say this time, Immortals, assume it's from group 2. It doesn't matter if they are 3rd or 4th. In this situation, Serenity will face Immortals and Veil will face APA. So we try to have teams playing with different teams from different groups. Okay, so hopefully this is clear enough. This is clear enough. There we go. Right. Everything is now... okay, so we have everything done here. So let's go for pot draw. So the group draw will happen in this situation. So there are 3 pots here. So 2 teams from each pot will form a group of 6 teams. So in this situation, let's say, for example, APA and Endgame, Immortals and Raid, and Quick and Win will form one single group. There will be it will be impossible to have a group of APA, Endgame, and Pink. You can't have 3 teams of the same pot in the same group. Okay, so follow this logic. I think this is kind of self-explanatory, and also if you follow football, then you know what pot draw is. It's commonly used. So so here are the maps. The same map pool as the summer season, the new way to play tournament. We don't know whether Wargaming will remove the maps for the autumn season. Ghost Factory at the moment is the least voted map, or the most hated map, the most disliked map at the moment. So good chance they will remove Ghost Factory, but let's assume it's still going to be here. Be here. We will still include this map in our map pool. And then, I mean, there are also these 6 maps here. There are altogether 24 maps in the map pool. There are lots of maps here. Maybe we'll have more when Wargaming releases more maps. Right, so the schedule here, that's what she said. Asking what stream I'm following tonight. will be in bold. So I'll be following Cash versus LNC, Zenith versus Cash, Jokes versus Cash. I just make a typo there. It should be CASH. And I need to find the password. Bear with me for a moment. Right, so the game will be starting. I'm just going to go through quickly the maps, and then here are the links for donations. We really wanted donations, and yeah, pretty much self-explanatory. I'll explain more about the new version of power rating later. It will be used, it will be trialed in this tournament, but will be trying to be operational for the upcoming season. And I think we will go to the game. Right. Okay. Right. Please tell me if the voice, the balance of voice and in-game sound is off. Maybe I'll try to adjust that. But here we go. Left side we have Cash, and right side with LNC. So they're both going to base B here. It's going to be quite a battle here. There are lots of Type 71s. Obviously, Type 71 is newly released tank, and it's going to be strong either way. I mean, Morgan loves their newly released tank to be strong, indeed. Unfortunately, Quickie's not going into B, he's going past B. That allows Cash to get C first. Oh, Foshi's getting tagged from everywhere, already down to half the hit points, but Quickie gets shots from Vapro. Has to be really careful here, doesn't want to be careless. It's all about the hit points at this point. At this moment in time, there are two teams here. Not sure what I'm saying here. The hit point pool is really balanced at the moment, so it's pretty 1 to 2 shots, and the hit point pool balance could flip. Vapro takes another hit. I think that's a blind fire. I'm not sure if it's the case. And yes, not a lot happening around. It's going to be LNC that needs to make a move. They've made a good head start because they have more hit points. So let's see if they can maintain that head start and do even better. So what's his LNC? The team LNC is known as Mason. And I'm aware that they are from Ukraine. So correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yes, so LNC, Mason has been doing really well this year. In spring season, part of them are in Illuminous, I think, in spring season, and they've done basically well in the, in the challenges tournaments as well, and also qualifier stages. I think they've won against some great teams. So LNC is the team to watch for, and Cash also has a decent season, a decent year, some good matches, some good performances. Oh, Martin gets some hits. And Cash, oh, we're going to see a push coming in from this side. I think we'll hop to this side. Oh, it's going to get really exciting now. LNC now barreling in, 2 versus 2. It's going to be a bit of a personal fight here, but Cash, they've diverted those two Type 71 to support the team on C, and it's really on LNC whether they can group up nicely. I mean, there's also some battle going on the middle side. It's all about which team can finish the tanks more quickly. Seems Cash is able to kill off the tanks on C more quickly, so remains to be seen whether they could get Ver. Oh, this is about, oh! And Espresso is the first tank down, actually. Rob will kill Vertohovic. Yes, it is the right pronunciation, but LNC is doing well on the middle side. It's going to be really close. Cash is losing lots of hit points. Peda is now dead. Actually, LNC did better on the C side, not sure why. I think better focus fire is the reason. Antiquity down to 1 shot, great shot to Martin. Vapor is now dead. And the Capos are all in favor of LNC as well. Antiquity is now dead, and Kimmy is also removed from the battlefield. Martin down to 1 shot will be removed by Kakadu, and I mean, 2 versus 1 middle side, 2 versus 1 on the other side. Cash, it's going to lose the first match here. Wow. What a great start, I would say. It's taking a bit of time for them to kill off the tanks, but unless Cash manages to ammo rack tanks now, don't think that's going to happen. It will go to LNC. The first match goes to LNC. Great to hear that the sound balance is well. It's fine. And already some really good start. Hopefully you enjoy the graphics here. The graphics should be in high quality. Should be in really good quality. 4 tanks 312k for LNC. Cash only 2 tanks 312k. Cash and LNC, they are really close at the start, but it appears to swing in favor of LNC when LNC makes that decisive push. And Cash, I think their numbers, their number of fights aren't really going to their advantage. LNC with better focus fire and also personal skills as well. It's going to be LNC taking home the first win. Well done to LNC. Back on Blackgoville. Hopefully it's showing right. Okay, we're going to be seeing some changes here. 2 minutes of break time. So let's continue what Cash is. Cash should be a combination of Cash and Retty, and they've performed fairly decently this year. Spring season, they were just outside of top 16, but in the winter season, they were in the top 8. They just lost the final. I forgot which team. I think it was Local, is it? I forgot. They lost the final, and they couldn't qualify to the knockout stage, to the top 4 knockout stage. And so in the summer season, Cash and Retty team, they finished 3rd in their group. I think they have some really good teams in that group as well, so they weren't able to secure a top 8 finish. I think we should be back now. Cash going for quintuple Type 71, 1 IS4 and the Sheridan LNC. Double 60 TP, T100 LT and quadruple Type 71. I'm just going to adjust a bit. Hopefully you can see my face now. Right, Cash this time on the north side will be going mostly to C, and LNC blue team from the south side. They're going to spread a bit here, and hopefully I know how to switch to player mode. I just need to try one time to see how I could get into the actual player mode, if you know what I mean. But quickly in this position, really important to get the spots up, trying to see if there is any tanks going to be. Oh, but seems Cash, Vertohovic spotted a couple of tanks going to C. They're trying to secure C here, which means Cash once again they have the cap advantage, and ASMR is going to A simultaneously, and it will remain to see whether LNC can get A. It will be hard. Atheris there to reset A. I don't think there is a reset, and he got spotted. ASMR could get A, but at the cost of CC will be got first by Cash. Oh, quickly, this is a really interesting move. This is a really aggressive move. He is isolating himself. Will Cash capitalize on that? It's going to be a 1 versus 1. We'll follow this for a moment. At the same time, we have another fight going on the A side. But let's focus on this 1 versus 1 first. Robka. Oh, it's a bounce. But the rest of the Cash team is going to support Robka. Can Quickie survive for long enough? Oh, but Atheris is down. LNC is wrapping around from the A side. Cash is sending everyone to text Quickie. They might lose the position advantage, or maybe not. We'll see. I mean, look at Antiquity. Loads of crossfire. This is going to be a good payday for Antiquity. Look at this. Oh my god. This field of this feud range. It's really a dream come true for Antiquity. Cash is now being pincered. I'm not sure if they can get out here. Wow. LNC is now coming close. It's going to be 6 vs 6. The hit points are still in favor of LNC. Cash now, they need to get ASMR out of the way. It's isolated before she bounces onto ASMR. More shots onto ASMR here, and it's really on Cash, whether they can get the tanks out quickly. But Rob is now dead, and LNC trying to get Vapor of the match as well. It's all about focus fire. It's all about getting all the shots in. Both tanks down at the same time, but 4 vs 5. LNC in the numerical advantage. Force sheet now down to 1 shot. Will be removed. Now focuses on Kakadu. Cash and Marty is now isolated here. Vertihovic might be removed as well. There we go. Padda. Great shot here. Espresso. Also another great shot here. But Marty's now removed. 2 vs 5. It's 2 against too many. And the focus fire doesn't matter at this point. Espresso will be the focus for LNC. The Padda will be the next tank down. 2-0 now for LNC. Wow, what an amazing match. Great to be back, of course. Hopefully you enjoy the stream as much as I do. Paddle is now gone. Another one bites the dust, and it's going to be LNC 2-0 up now. LNC looks very strong here. They're dominating those 2 matches. Very glad to see that. 5 times more than 2k cash. They're still finding a footing in this fixture. They haven't found one yet. LNC looks a lot more decisive, and their teamwork is better. And cash only 2 times more than 2k. They are really struggling at the moment, and we're going to Alpenstadt now. Just go and see. The mics are still the same. Someone asked. Someone told me the mics are still the same. Okay. The mic is still the same. The graphics are improved. Obviously, it's a new laptop. Can I actually? Well, I'll see if I can improve graphics even further. But well, it looks brilliant. Alpenstadt. There we go. Loads of Type 71s again. Cash going for quintuple Type 71. Are we see an IS7? I wonder. LNC are ready. They're going to go for triple Type 71, double 60 TPs, 1 T100 LT, and Cardo NVK 72.01k. Vertihovic back in T100 LT. Cash. We're waiting for she to ready up. I don't think we will see an IS7. I think IS7 has been nerfed recently. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I've been out of the loop for a really long time, so I don't know if I'm missing some information, but Alpenstadt is the map we are following next. We might see Forever Green coming in for Foshi, or Fapro is going to be substituted. We'll see if this switch is going to change the fortunes of Cash here, and Forever Green is now in the IS4. Foshi actually will take the IS7. Right, we'll go into Alpenstadt. And there we go. Alpenstadt, a different map, a different type of gameplay. Black Gouville is a really open map. Alpenstadt slightly more close, especially when you are going to head into B and C. But it seems Cash is going to go for the more open A. He's going for an open play here. Meanwhile, LNC going for a more city strat, going for both B and C. We will see the 60 TPs actually explain this kind of city strategy. But at the same time, it's all about the tanks now. It's all about teamwork. I mean, it's all about teamwork, not the tanks. So if they can cooperate, if they can team up well, then they can win. And obviously with the right heavy tanks, I have to say, Cash going into A, they will not get the cap lead this time because LNC gets C first. So this time it's going to be Cash doing the rotation. Cash up on cap points in the last 2 matches. This doesn't face LNC at all. Can Cash do this? Can Cash get the right rotation and get LNC into disarray? Or will LNC be well prepared? Great shot from Martin onto Kimmy here. And we might see a rotation coming in from this side. He's going to follow Espresso for a moment and actually ASMR to do the defensive move. LNC knows there's a rotation happening around Cash spawn. They are fortifying this location, and we'll see Atheris coming to the left hand side of the ASMR. Sorry, it's going to get really horribly wrong for ASMR. Oh my god, goodness. There we go. Oh, Atheris is blocking Espresso, delaying that shot. That could be bad. Oh, Atheris is bouncing that shot. LNC is responding. Can Cash do it? Can Cash get one back? Great shots onto ASMR. Oh, sorry, they got the first tank first. Can they keep the momentum up? Atheris is now a 1-shot. It's going really evenly at the moment. And Cash is going for Antiquity. Atheris still hanging on. Will be killed. 2 tanks here against 3. Foshi doing a 1 versus 1. But he has lower hit points. Can they get Antiquity? The focus is on Antiquity at the moment. I just have to remember what keys to go up and down. Antiquity has to get out of this match first. But LNC could get Forever Green first. But there is still a lot of bounces. Antiquity could be the man of the match here if he can continue to bounce shots. But he will get out of the battlefield. Forever Green is now down to 1 shot, but gets Kakadu here. Cash is coming back. But the hit points are still in favor of LNC. Can they make use of the numerical advantage here? It's going to be important. IS4 Foshi against 1. I think for to Hawfish would get Foshi out of the way. It will be the case. Kimi down to 1 shot, but Martin is dead as well. Pado. Oh, it's a bounce. Important bounce here. And LNC got 2 bases as well. So the cap points are in favor of LNC. But I don't think the numerical advantage that Cash has initially is going to help them. LNC simply has more hit points throughout the entire match. And some of the bounces, some of the crucial bounces meant that they aren't able to capitalize on LNC's somewhat disorganized positions. Oh, Paddle is now dead, trying to be shielded by Robka. Wow. LNC does it again. And I mean, Cash, this is the closest they've been. The focus fire is good this time. But they've missed and bounced quite a few shells. And LNC capitalized on that. Their focus fire is bad. The focus fire is still there. The positioning is a bit questionable this time, a bit separated, and with Hawfish, we didn't get to see the perspective there, but he does a really good job in doing 1 versus 1 against Foshi in the IS7. I mean, if you can't do, it's light tank really using that mobility to its advantage, and winning that 1 versus 1 is pretty important actually. LNC doing a fabulous job. Getting a good head start here, 3-0 against Cash. Well done. Right, I'm just going to change something here. Alright. Okay, so we're still waiting for the results of Jokes versus Zenith. So we have LNC getting a good head start. And let's see if this is going to show the right stuff. There we go. Yes. So we now have the first game of Blitz Premier Cup commenced and finished. And it goes to LNC 3-0 against Cash. Jokes still play against Zenith. Hello Shogun, hello Netforce, hello Welshi, hello Cabello, hello Sal, hello Falcon, hello Matt Bond, hello everyone, hello Simon as well. Great to have everyone here, everyone back I hope you enjoy this quality stream, high quality stream. The graphics looking really good at the moment. Graphics looking really good at the moment, and I think I can't go any higher. I can do 120 frames per second, but my stream is on 30 frames per second, so it doesn't really matter at this point. It might change. I'll try to change my frames per second for my stream to 60. Now 30 is looking really good. It doesn't seem to lag at all. Don't think there are any jitters, and yeah, has everything in HD textures. Runs really smoothly. Love to see that. No Platoon for a moment. But yeah, we will see the results of Zenith vs Jokes. Right. There we go. Everything it's working brilliantly. We love to see that. And I'll go to the order or the voice chat. Hopefully, and I think in this period we'll either do the group draw or we'll do the map draw. I think map draw first. I have to fix. Right. Hopefully it's the right settings, and we're good to go. It seems to be a really tense affair for Jokes versus Zenith. At the moment, it's a bit lopsided for Cash and LNC. This definitely goes to LNC. I'm just going to check if there is anything wrong. At the moment, everything is running smoothly. Okay. So I think Nubita 9N90 will be streaming. Jokes Zenith, LNC Jokes, LNC versus Zenith. So we get lots of really exciting matches from N90 stream. My stream, we have Zenith vs Cash and Jokes vs Cash. I think with this performance that LNC is displaying, they should have a really good. They should have no trouble qualifying, I would say. But Cash, they don't have a good head start. I fear for them actually. Hopefully they can pick back up in the second fixture. We still have around 20 minutes to go. It seemed to go to a tiebreaker from what I'm from at the moment, right? So since we kind of quickly go over the trivia, the slides, I mean, we can go back and talk to you what's going on, right? So again, yeah, I should fix that. So just wait for a moment. Okay, there we go. Yes, great to hear that people are enjoying the level of quality of the stream. But we now have Cash versus LNC played just now. Jokes versus Zenith still being streamed by N90 at the moment, and also Manu is streaming in Italian, I believe, and with we also Old School is streaming in German with Cash versus LNC, pretty much following what I'm streaming tonight. Zenith versus Cash will be the next match we're following. LNC versus Jokes will be next for New Beta. The maps will be Ghost Factory, Middleburg, and Oasis Palms, and they're 20 minutes ago. There will be a 3-minute delay on the stream to prevent stream sniping and all sorts of bad stuff. Right, so if you want to donate to Blitz Premier Cup, here are all the links. Just if you want to donate more than 100 euros, donate via N90. Less than 100 euros, then go for my PayPal. Count details of the sponsor program and also the tournament and such can be found on our Discord server. Just click this link, copy the link. There should be a permanent link. Should direct you to the server. You just have to join. Simply join, and you should have all the important stuff about the Season 4 tournament. And I was teasing a little bit of the power rating. So I have an overhaul of the power rating here. Kind of a complete overhaul. Previously it uses a different formula to count the changes in the power rating. But this time I've changed the formula pretty much entirely, and it's pretty much based on the L rating. So that means no team can get below 0 points, and it's scaled according to the difference in the L rating. And it's it's a completely new algorithm. It's initialized using the spring season result this year, and I've feed it in the data from the summer season new way to play tournaments, and now I'm going to feed the data from Blitz Premier Cup Season 4 as well. Hopefully we will have a preliminary power rating table to be distributed before the autumn season, but I'm not going to post it like every qualifying tournament here. I will post it sporadically. It will change from time to time. Hopefully the power rating will give a good indication of the level of the team. The ranking hopefully gives a good indication of the levels of the team. Right, so with everything done and dusted. Okay, we now have results. Jokes 3-1 against Zenith. Okay, we now have the results here. I believe I know will join me at any second. I just have to ping. Right. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Nubita. Great to have you here.
Yeah, great to be here.
Right. I mean, we don't have a lot of time. 15 minutes left to go, but
Okay.
yeah. But I mean, we can. Well, I mean, do you want to talk about your games? I mean, yeah. What happened to your games?
It was some pretty interesting good start here. Zenith and Jokes. I'm constantly tempted to say Jones, but Jokes. They did some really solid gameplay, a little bit patient, and Zenith rather went for a lot of map control, which eventually did cause them to lose the games. But it was mostly looking pretty solid and pretty promising.
That's really good to hear. I mean, you saw that our the fixture ended 3-0 in favor of LNC. LNC looked very strong tonight, starting off really strong. They have really good teamwork, I have to say, and some good personal skills, individual skills as well. Cash didn't find a footing in the matches, sadly. I mean, they tried their best. I mean, the third match was the best they could do, but still, LNC with more hit points and with more shots penned, it was a bit too difficult for Cash, I would have to say.
Yeah, I'm happy to see LNC versus Jokes next to them, and that will probably be interesting. I think Jokes is already strong contestant for the top 12 for the main tournament there, but we have to see the others as well. Just finished the first fixture, and that was already pretty nice to see. A little bit patient sometimes, I've got to say. It was a little bit much of standing off and staring off each other. Teams did not die from just staring each other down, but eventually there were still some very solid pushes and solid strategies involved.
That's good to know. Right, that's actually... without further ado, let's go for the map draw. I think you are doing that, right?
I am doing that. I think I thought as you were the pro on that.
Oh, I mean, I could do that. I mean, I have the algorithm, but yeah, okay.
I would be happy if you did it because I have never done it, and yeah.
Okay, I will do it then. All right, so I haven't actually set up the text, but I will try. I'll see if I can do it really quickly. Let me just remove this for now. Right. Okay. Okay, so let me add the text. I'm just going to wait for. Just bear with me for a moment. Yeah. You can talk about more to maybe you can talk about the donations and also what the tournament format while I'm doing the text.
All right. You need a minute. So, by the way, someone's asking on the chat right now, when's the next match? The next match is going to happen in about 15 minutes, and just a bit less than that. But yeah, the BPC tournament. Most of you probably have not heard about it yet. Maybe you have. BPC tournament is a community organized tournament by the crew, we call us. Our group of organizers here. And we have done this 4 times in total. Jack, Wild One's helper, who I'm talking with right now, has started this initially together with a few more people. And I just joined in like 2 seasons ago. I'm not entirely sure. And,
I think so, yeah.
Well, BPC is basically the most successful community tournament out there, and just on the EU server only so far. And last seasons we had some really strong tournaments with the top 8 teams. Or we have we always had 12 teams on this tournament?
Last season, yes. I think. I mean, for the main stage, yes. I think season 1 and 2, the main stage have 10 teams only.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this is a little bit of a in between the pro seasons of the official tournaments tourney here that we are holding. And as this is a community tournament, there is just a little bit of help from Wargaming in that regard, that the winners will get a bit of gold still. Otherwise, it is only completely financed by players and community members. And therefore, I would also kindly ask you to maybe have a little bit of a donation for the prize pool, if you will. we would be greatly appreciated. There will be information, or there is information down below in the stream information, in the description. A link for PayPal and also for the Discord server. If you want to stay tuned about all the tournament, you will be able to just find all the information necessary or relevant on the Discord server. On all of the channels there, it's quite a big Discord server, especially for me, as I'm having so many different channels there as a crew member. But I think for the actual members, it's a little bit easier to understand, and there is all you need to know about the format. You will find all the stream links, because this tournament is going to be streamed on multiple different YouTube and Twitch channels, so that we are able to cover all of the games that we are having here. We also have multiple different languages. So far we refer German, English of course, Italian this time for the first time, Spanish as well with Robert, and the Italian streamer is Manu, by the way. For German we have old school Patrick, old school from Raid this time as well, streaming right now also.
We also have exits in Polish.
Exit in Polish also good, and then we do have some more well-known streamers on this tournament as well. I think last
Rolling
time
Swarm. We have
last time we did the finals with Rolling Swarm, and myself, Rolling, did the main commentary there, and this is basically the BBC tournament, just starting on Monday. We'll be going for one whole week, just 1 day of break, and 6 days of tournament there. Not all teams will have to play the entire tournament, because it is a very refined tournament format that we can only thank Wild One's helper for.
You're welcome, thank you.
Maybe I can quickly show that here. Of course, I'm well prepared and don't have that on screen, and it wouldn't even be visible on Jack's stream. There are 3 stages to this tournament, and stage number 1 is group stage, 2 groups of 6 teams each. Each one will play.
It's on my stream now, don't worry.
Okay, good, but not on mine. I can still talk people through. Each team will be able to play, like, they are playing a best of 5, 3 games. There will be a ranking for each group, and the best 4 teams will just, or the best 2 teams of each group will head directly to stage 3, which is the final stage. But the others will still, like the 3rd and 4th of each stage, of each group, will still be able to fight further in the stage 2. And this tournament format is set up in a way that it is very hard to drop out. Actually, each team has a second chance. On each time someone loses, there will be a second chance. Of course, there will have to be people to drop out, but like this, someone can have a rough start and still get into the grand finals and win the whole tournament in the end, which is quite a nice thing.
Yeah,
I'm looking for that.
Yeah, I'm now ready for the map drawing now. So, right, going ahead will be the group stage maps. So I'm going to press a button and I'm going to show the maps one by one. I think there are 5 groups of maps to show, because there are 5 fixtures in the group stage. So let's go now. I'm going to press the button. Okay, so it has been drawn. So the first set of maps, the first fixture, we will have. Let me just remove the logo for now. Right, the first fixture of group stage will begin with Normandy, Ghost Factory, and Mine Ruins as the tiebreaker. Okay, so this is the first fixture. Second fixture, we will have Fort Despair, Desert Sands, and Yukon. Okay, Third fixture, we will have Oasis Palms, Alpenstadt, and Rockfield. The fourth fixture, we will have Canal, Castilla, and Winter Mayanovka. Final fixture, we have Vineyards, Yukon, and Middleburg. So Yukon will be played twice in this group stage if you go to the tiebreaker of fixture 2. So here are the maps. For the group stage, I think we only have one duplicated map here, which is good. Hopefully you're still with me.
Nope.
You're not with me.
I was not writing every map down. Sorry.
Okay, it's fine. It's on my stream. Don't worry. It's on my stream, so
Everything will be posted on the Discord server as well, so don't worry.
yes. Okay. Right. Following on, we have four maps to draw. I think upper bracket first round, upper bracket final, lower bracket first round, and lower bracket final in this order for stage 3. And it's still going to be best of 5. So once again, I will cover all the maps. Okay, now I'll show them one by one. Okay, so we will do the stage 3 map draw after the second fixture because we don't have time, I think. So let's do it. Right, hopefully we don't have lots of repeater maps. So the upper bracket first round, it will be Port Bay, Alpenstadt, and Rockfield. Upper bracket final, we have Winter Mayanovka, Descent, and Middleburg. Lower bracket first round, we have Castilla again, Bay, and Oasis Palms. And finally, lower bracket final, Canal, Rockfield, and Normandy. So no side of Yukon here this time. Yeah, so I'm not going to hold for too long because I think we have. Do we still have time?
Yeah, we still have like 4 minutes.
Okay, then let's do the map draw for the next one as well. Okay, so we have a lot to do here. So we have the upper bracket first, second, and the final here. Lower bracket first and second, first, second, and final. And finally, the grand final will be a best of 9. So, so this time, there will be 6 fixtures to go for, I think. So we will draw them. I have to create another text. So bear with me quickly. Right. Okay. So now I'm going to blank all of them again, and we will do the draw very quickly. Yeah, it seems my laptop time is running more quickly than the iPad time I'm having, so good that it kind of pushes me to do it more quickly. Now we have the maps drawn. Okay, so upper bracket first round, Vineyards, Dynasty's Power, Rockfield, and Middleburg. Upper bracket second round, we have Faust, Middleburg, Fort Despair, and Yukon. And upper bracket final, we have Bolendijk, Hellas, Normandy, and Oasis Palms. Right. Lower bracket first round, Alpenstadt, Descent, New Bay, and Mine Ruins. Lower bracket second round, Blackville, Canal, Oasis Palms, and Normandy. And finally, lower bracket final, Yukon, Port Bay, Winter Mayanovka, and Naval Frontier. Hopefully someone can capture that. Okay, so with that gone, just going to do the final map draw, best of 9, 5 maps. I think we will be done very quickly. Ta-da! We have the grand final maps. There we go. It's going to be Blackville, Winter Mayanovka, Vineyards, Faust, and Alpenstadt. Woohoo! Map draw is done. Thanks for tuning in. So I think we can go back into the rooms. Hopefully you can get all of the maps. You know what's going on. I think I'm going through the maps really quickly. Hopefully that won't be a bad thing for you.
Yeah, room is already open.
Yeah, no, we lost you for a minute. Yeah, so any last words before we go back to our rooms?
I was having to get my tea for my throat to survive the next games. I wish you a lot of fun with the next ones.
Yep, we'll be back and we'll do the group draw. Thanks for joining in. I hope you have nice games to commentate on.
Yeah, thanks, you too. See
Bye
ya.
for now. Right, so that was the beta, and we will go back to the room. Hopefully I'm not too late. Good. So it's now going to be Zenith versus Cash. Both teams lost in the first fixture, so this is going to be important. That could put the team, if whichever team is winning this one, will be in a good position, basically, to go to battle out in the final match, where they will go to the main stage or not. So let me change this very quickly. Zenith versus Cash. And I think it's showing up correctly. Brilliant. There we go. Up in the way, Zenith south side, red team from the south spawn, and we have Cash, blue team from the north spawn. Right, both teams going for different positions. Zenith going mostly to the southeast corner, and Cash is throwing out a little bit, going both middle and also the northeast corner. We don't see a lot of plays on the northeastern corner, especially with heavy tanks. So this is good. So most of the actions are happening around this factory here. You don't want to go up and spectate because things could go awry. Yeah, could go awry. So I can't do the spectator mode. I mean, and this is what happens if you just try to go up and down. Things don't work properly. So we could see a lot of action going on. Let's look at Death Note and maybe actually Espresso. They are now waiting in. Theris now going in, barreling in. We could see lots of stuff happening around. It could propagate into lots of brawls now. I'm just going out of the match at the moment. We could see Tony holding out this position really carefully. I mean, he's receiving a lot of heat. Most of the Cash forces now hunkering down. Oh, we also are seeing Peter going for the tanks. I'm not sure if there is a ping issue. I think there are some ping issues here, which is not nice. Bear with me for a moment. Hopefully it's not the Wi-Fi that is problem, but we lost connection, unfortunately. We lost connection. Oh, okay. Everything is now back online. We lost Tony, and this Zenith push seems to be working in their favor. Rob is now down, and it's now 6 versus 5 at the moment. Martin looking to escape from this quagmire. TK, I think Zenith is deciding which tank to go for. It will be Martin, but TK is really confused. Great shots back, however, can Cash capitalize on this hesitation from Zenith's focus fire and actually win this instead. The focus, the damage is going up evenly. The guns are in favor of Zenith at the moment. Martin's now really low. That if Etherfix gets Martin out, that would be a huge bonus, but it won't be the case. Zenith now piling up on these 4 tanks here. 4 versus 4. The hit points are still neck and neck. It could go either way. Espresso is trying to get TK out of the way. This game is rigged. So great shooting here. Able to TK is able to survive for another second or so. Instead, but able to land a shell with Forever Green now dead. This shield from this game is rigged. It's so important. I can't emphasize more on this one, but they still have the game to go. They still have the tanks to kill. It's not over yet. The hit point's still very close. This game is rigged. Could be dead. But with Atheris dead for now. Ooh, great bounce from this game is rigged, and this is surely going into Zenith's game here. More than 900 cap points. We didn't even notice the cap points, but it's going to be Zenith win the first match. It went so close. It went really, really close. But it's going to be Cash. No, it's going to be Zenith. Zenith 5 tanks doing more than 2k. Cash 4 tanks are doing more than 2k. Well done to Zenith. 1-0 it is for Zenith, and Cash is struggling a bit in this one. Not a little bit. It was a lot closer than the games against LNC Zenith. The hesitation in the middle almost cost them the game. Without the heroics of this game is rigged, I wonder how much closer this game could have been actually. Yeah. So we're going back to the next match, and we can see Cash doing a complete overhaul to to the tank's pedal. It's on the subs bench. Harry is on the subs bench as well. Zenith on a good start. Can they maintain that? I can see now on my stream that the ping spike has happened. It didn't say on the bottom left hand corner. So interesting. It's not my compute. It's not my Wi-Fi. It's probably Wargaming's potato network at the connection at that time. Okay, so now Zenith. Oh, they're taking a Badger. Not a common tank we're seeing, but it's a really strong tank. Under the right hands, really good armor, especially how down. Got 10 degrees of gun depression. I really like this tank. It's not a TD per se. It's more like a heavy tank without the hit points. So, but it has really good DPM. Zenith can utilize this tank to its full advantage in the right positions, obviously. So let's see how Zenith's going to use the Badger, and Cash going for quadruples, Type 71, double 60 TPs, and a VK 72.0. Okay, we are back in Ghost Factory. So this time Zenith, the red team on the north spawn, Cash, blue team from the south spawn. We're not going to use the caps lock for now. This time it's a bit, yeah, I mean, it's not something I see common. Maybe I'm out of the loop for a really long time, but robots getting those spots are really important in relaying the information for Zenith. Now Zenith knows Cash is going mostly to the middle side of factory side. They're trying to get B first because they got spotted. They know Zenith's position potentially. I'm trying to get a cap lead first, trying to get that advantage. Can they do it? If they can get both at B and C, that would be good. But they're also dropping hit points for Espresso and Vepro, and also Foshi here. This is going to be rough. But are we seeing a push coming? They're not going for Harry. They're playing it carefully. But Cash, I'm not sure if they're in good positions. If they want to keep on pushing, that might be a good idea. They can't stop pushing because Zenith is coming from the backside. I mean, Harry, look at this. Some good crossfire going on. I'm afraid Cash is getting pincered if they don't do anything. But I mean, now this game is rigged. It's under lots of pressure here. The Cash is now trying to get this tank out of the way. But I'm not sure if they're a bit slow here. Zenith's already wrapping around Cash, and this game is rigged, still not dead for some unknown reasons. I mean, Peter now really utilizing the good DPM onto Rob. Forever Green coming around. Can he get this? Game is rigged lower, I think. Oh, Rob bounces that shot. This game is rigged. The heroics. The tank that bounces shots, it's back. It's still alive for unbeknownst reasons. Hitman's still really close. I mean, Zenith's push from the other side seems to not work as intended. I mean, definitely it's going to go down soon. I mean, interestingly, Cash might have this one. And they are really crippling on this side of this side. Cash is trying to get TK. The guns are still in favor of Zenith. TK gets a good shot onto Espresso. Great shots onto Martin. This is still anyone's game at the moment, and TK is now dead. UTP is 1 versus 1 against Foshi, who is going to win this one. UTP makes more hit points at the moment. Cash The other 3 tanks are trying to support Foshi. Yeetabix trying to pull back. Great idea here. You don't want to brawl against 4 different tanks. But I think they are pushing onto Yeetabix. But they stopped. I think Espresso got tracked. And I mean, with this one, 4 tanks now pincered. TC in that match is still pretty much full health. I think it's full health, but that HE shot didn't do anything, unfortunately. Martin now removed. Cash. Oh, Zenith doing a better job here. Cash being quite hesitant that push on the other side. Being unable to get this game right out of the battlefield. That really cost them the game. And Cash also unable to capitalize on Zenith's mistake on the back on the backhand side. I mean, if they could get all tanks out from their back, from their back, I think this would also have a different story. But as it seems, Zenith gets another win. Well done to Zenith. Wow, looking at the damage here, Cash 4 tanks to the moment TK as alongside Zenith, but Zenith. Once again, this game is ranked. Getting all the bounces. Cash unable to get the shots in. And I have to emphasize that so far the games they lost, they have won 1 single match at the moment. I think the main problem is that they bounced so many shots and the other team was able to capitalize on that, even if the other team doesn't have the best performance in the focus fire and also the positioning. And really those bounces from Cash is costing them the matches at the moment. It's not that because they have bad teamwork. It doesn't look like they're getting trounced by the lack of teamwork. I mean, the last match, the hesitation played a role. But really the shots, you need to get those in. It's now top level tournament, top level gameplay. Though every shot counts. If you bounce those shots, you're giving chances, you're giving opportunities for the other team to be a comeback. And it's what happens here. Peter with that Badger doing a lot of damage goes on to show that the Badger is still, it's a really potent tank. You don't want to underestimate the capability of a Badger, and I won't do that. I have relatively high average damage in Badger. I know how monstrous the Badger could be under the right hands, under the right position, on the right positions. But Zenith is dropping that, and now we're on Middleburg, and that could be a good idea. I would say I don't think Middleburg it's about that favors plays for the Badger, but the Cash is now ready again. And there we go. Cash, double IS4, quadruple Type 71, 1 FE215B, triple Type 71, triple IS4 potentially, and an FE4 215B. And there we go. Zenith versus Cash on Middleburg this time round. Right. Hopefully that's the people on the chat are enjoying the stream right now, enjoying the gameplay. But now we're on Middleburg. Let's see what's going to happen here. This time we're seeing an FE215B. I think a tank that is coming back to the meta. I think it got recently buffed. So I don't remember exactly. Someone has to remind me why it's been used more often. I think the big update improves the FE215B. I just can't remember how. Not sure what the text in chat means, but we're going to ignore that for a moment. Boaty's going to the hillside, and they're going for C. Cash is going for C first. They're going for the cat lead, just like their first 2 matches against LNC. But Zenith going for a really defensive setup at the moment. This game is rigged. Isn't able to put shots into Foshi. I think that was a bounce or it's a miss. Can't remember. Oh, Paddle gets a hit ready. And Death Note also gets a hit as well. Zenith again bleeding a lot better. Cash Cash is now pulling back. Those two tanks are on the crossfire. This game is rigged. This game is rigged. Go out. Battle has to be really careful. I think Cash is now focusing onto this area. I think this is a good spot for spotting, and also if you have good enough gun depression, for example 10 degrees, you can actually get your gun down and put shots in. But it seems this game is rigged. Can't do that. Type 71, I think it has 10 degrees of gun depression. I don't remember. Sorry, press the wrong button. Now, you didn't see the game. Sorry. For a moment, for a minute or so, but we're back. Cash is now pushing in. They try to get Death Note out of the way, but since there's a lot more hit points, but Cash, they can get a tank out first. They will get a tank out first. It will be the case. Oh, this time Cash doing a really good job. They're getting the focus fire, and Zenith, the positioning is trying to hurt. Cash can get the bounce, get the shots in. They are still bouncing quite a lot of shots, but time is not a forgiving entity. You need that shots in, and finally they get Tony out, but they already lost 2 tanks. Hit points still in favor of Zenith here, and Verpo could go down. Zenith could actually get a comeback, I have to say. There we go. Cash now chasing around TK, but the guns are in favor of Zenith at the moment. TK is getting focused, being dead. I think Cash is throwing everything they could to get this win, but they lost to they lost Martin. It's not looking good at all for Cash. They're going to lose Espresso next, and Yeetabix will get Espresso out now. And Boshi is calling for Yeetabix to be focused next, but it's a bit too late here. I think so. Yeetabix, they have now 4 tanks. Zenith has 4 tanks, with Cash only 1 here. I don't think Cash is going to make this one. I think it's another 0-3 defeat for them. But this one, Cash has done the right push. Great decisive push. Good focus fire. Again, the bounces are costing them. And Zenith's able to bite back with better shot efficiency. Well done, Zenith. It's going to be 3-0. And Zenith is now in a good position. And it all depends on Zenith versus LNC now. If Zenith wins against LNC, I think they can qualify, definitely. But Cash winning none at the moment. It all depends on the final match. If they can win one, they have to hope that the tiebreaker goes in their way. But they have won 0 matches so far, so this is going to be hard for them. It's going to be really hard for them. Well, that's it. That's it for now. Let's go back to the lounge, and well, it's going to be 3-0 for Zenith. Cash struggling a lot tonight. Really those bounces. I would say the bounces. I don't think their teamwork is not. I don't think their teamwork is bad. I mean, especially last match shows that they can focus fire. They can be decisive. But when you don't get your shots in, it can be a really difficult job to do that, and hopefully that will be a different story against Shio, because you really need to get those shots in. We have to emphasize that. I think I saw that with a lot of Asian teams as well, APAC teams, and maybe some EU teams as well. It's all about those shots. If you can penetrate the shots, they can do it. Right, there we go. And I'm back. Back to the boardroom. LNC vs Jokes, and Newbies is still streaming at the moment. We will see if we have results soon. and Jokes versus Cash would be the final one for my stream. Let me change that. Right, so next match would be Jokes vs Cash for me, and I now have to go back from the start of my presentation. Welcome back. Right, welcome back. It's Blitz Premier Cup Season 4 Wildcard Tournament. This is a format, just going to remind you, it's a single round robin. The top 2 teams will advance to the stage 1 group stage, and there are these tiebreakers that will be used if we are seeing a 3-way tie. There won't be a 2-way tie if you do the maths and do simulations. Obviously, it's only going to be a 3-way tie. Either 3 teams getting 2 points or 3 teams getting 1 point. And if 3 teams get 2 points, then there are only 2 teams qualifying from this tiebreaker. And if there are 3 teams getting 1 point, and there's only 1 team, because the other team gets all 3 points. So we could see either of that happening tonight, but not sure. But I think we might be able to break a tie. We will be able to break the tiebreaker here. And this is the main stage qualification format. I've explained that at the start of my stream, and newbies has explained that in the middle of the stream. So just go back and watch what's going on there. It'll be good. Right. So we'll do the group draw right after. So we have APA Endgame, Pink, Serenits. We will pick 2 teams from each pot to form a group of 6 teams. There are 2 groups in total. So this means you cannot have like 3 teams in the same pot in the same group. So you can't have APA Endgame and Pink in the same group. At the same time, we won't have Immortals, Raid, and Sparta in the same group as well. Or just Immortals in one group. It has to be 2 from each pot for the groups. Obviously, don't have to remind you to about the map pool. It's the same as this 2022 summer season. And finally, I'll be streaming Jokes vs Cash to round off tonight, and we will have the teams for the main group stage. So the links for the nations and so on are on the stream for you right now. Really good to have some help. With that, we'll check on whether he's still streaming. Definitely the games have gone really close. Jokes versus LNC. It has definitely got a lot closer for newbie to stream. So LNC versus Jokes, both winners of the previous fixture. This is going to get interesting. LNC is not going to have a walkover in this group. This is Cash against Jokes. Can Cash get a win at least? A consolation win at least? I mean, they haven't played badly tonight. I mean, they have good team. They have decent teamwork. The shots, they're just missing that. If they can improve on that, coming into the autumn season, I believe they can do better than everyone is seeing tonight. There's still time. There are only around 3 weeks to go until the commencement of the autumn season. I think Wargaming announced a little bit of the format. I believe we are seeing 4 qualification rounds. They have to make use of every single stage. And do remember, there are lots of CIS teams coming to the EU server as well due to obvious reasons. And I think they will be trying. I think a couple of them will be able to play on even if there is foreign player, the 2 foreign player rule. They call it the Legionnaires. 2 foreign player rule enforced. We'll see how Wargaming is going to deal with that, because surely there will be a lot of players from Russia and Belarus playing. And yeah, not sure how they're going to check that. Hopefully they can do it and keep track of that nicely. I'm just going to show this. It's I'm still waiting. LNC vs Streaks apparently has gone to tiebreaker because it's still not finished yet. I will wait for sure. I think. Do I still have tea? No, I don't have tea. So, how are you, everyone, on the chat? How are you? Hope you have a good day. So, what's going to happen next? Stage 1 games. It will be on the 3rd and the 5th of October. I just have to download this. This here. Oh, let me just. Okay, so explaining what you're going to be seeing, going back. So here is the schedule for the main stage of Blitz Premier Cup. We have day 1 and day 3 group stage. Day 3 will be longest with rounds 3 to 5. We'll have a break on day 2, and day 4 will be the stage 2 last chance tournament. And day 5 to 7 will be the stage 3 knockout stages, the final stage. So here's the complete schedule. I'm just hoping. They're still not finished yet. It's. Ooh. Right, it's really intense as well. So for those of you who are we're still we are following Cash entirely tonight. It's going to be Cash versus Jokes next. Nubita will be streaming in English. LNC versus Zenith. So go over to that. If you want to follow that match, I think this is going to be decisive. That would decide whether LNC can qualify to the main stage and whether Zenith can do so. Meanwhile, if they loses against Jukes, obviously. But if Zenith wins against LNC and LNC wins against Jokes, we'll have a 3-way tie of 2 points, and we will have to see whether the tiebreaker will apply. At the moment, Zenith has won 1 match, and it depends on. It looks likely LNC will lose 2-3 if that's the situation, and LNC did lose against Jokes. It all depends on the final match now. If Cash wins against Jokes, that would be interesting. That would actually send Jokes directly to the main stage nonetheless. Wow, that was intense. Jokes won against LNC 3-2. Well done there, Jokes. It all depends on the final fixture now. Oh, if LNC wins against Zenith, it's all over for both Zenith and Cash. But if Zenith wins against LNC and Cash wins against Jokes, we'll have a 3-way tie of 1 game win. But Cash will be out because they lost to both LNC and Zenith, so either way, it appears that Jokes is going to qualify and Cash will be out, and it all boils down to LNC versus Zenith. Zenith winning against LNC, Zenith through. LNC winning against Zenith, LNC through. So, Anubita and 9-0 will be coming to join us, and we will do a group draw. Well, actually, Jokes are not through just yet. Okay. Right, hello, Nubita.
Oh,
Welcome back. I saw your games went to tiebreaker. It must have been really close indeed.
yeah. That was unexpected. That was really, really close. And I would not have bet my money on Jokes winning this, if I'm honest with you. LNC did make the impression of having very strong moves, very early rotations, and that kind of movement you expect from top teams. But Jokes, they held up and they eventually turned things around, and they managed to win this still by some great counter push on the last game. Great positional play here. But for all the games, it was really hard to say which team was going to end up winning. They have really been close games. Could have gone anywhere. But I guess both of these teams, that really means that Jokes does have their safe place in the main tournament, right?
Likely. Unless they lost to Cash, then that would be a bit weird. And provided that Zenith also wins, then we will have a 3-way tie of Jokes, Zenith, and also.
Well, okay, it gets a bit more complicated than that. Okay, so I was early with my assumptions.
Oh no! Actually, no. Actually, I don't think we will see a 3-way. No, I don't think we will see a 3-way tie at the top. So, yeah, I think Jokes is pretty much safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jokes is pretty much safe.
LNC then they might just win the next game. I would guess so. They will win the next one. Although I've not seen Cash yet,
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think the main problem tonight with Cash. I mean, I don't think them losing both 0-3 is telling the full story here. I do think they have some good teamwork, some good focus fire, but the main problem for me is that they bounced so many shots that their pushes, their really good, the good pushes, came undone. And yeah, I think that's kind of a common problem for a couple of teams, especially with Type 71 having some really troll armor, and the gun is also a bit inaccurate as well. I think a lot of teams are trying to get the penetrations. Like, it's a really difficult thing to do, and I understand that. So, but I think this is probably the area where Cash would need to improve the most. But Zenith, on the other hand, gave us some really good matches. Some consistent performances with the gameplay and so on.
How did your last games end up? You've seen Zenith versus Cash, and I see Zenith won 3-0.
Zenith won 3-0, yeah. So Cash hasn't won one single match yet.
Well, would be nice for them if they still had like at least a few wins on the last game.
Yeah.
Although I guess like LNC is a tough opponent to beat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, not the. Oh my god, SpongeBob did a pun on my stream. Jokes on LNC, they lost. That was a good one, by the way. I digress. So
Get it? Okay. Now I got it. Okay.
yeah. So if Jokes wins against Cash, Jokes is going to go through. Definitely. If Jokes loses to Cash, it all depends on whether Zenith or well, let's see if LNC wins. I'm just going to show. Let me just reload my challenge for a moment here. So there we go. At the moment, from you're seeing on my screen, this is the leaderboard at the moment. Jokes is at the first place, and then we have LNC, and then Zenith, and finally Cash. So it all depends whether and there we go. Set wins. So Jokes have 2 set wins. LNC has 1 set win, and Zenith also have 1 set win. Cash with none. So if LNC wins against Zenith, and Cash wins against Jokes, then Jokes and LNC are tied on set wins. But if Zenith wins against LNC, then Zenith has the same number of set wins as Jokes. If Jokes loses, so either way, Jokes is going to win. It's just going to qualify. So I think we can be sure about that. Jokes is officially through.
Yeah, okay, I'm just also seeing like LNC versus Zenith will be a bit more tough for LNC than Cash, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zenith has played quite well from what I've seen. I don't know which team are you following? I don't know yet which is my team.
Right, I'm following Jokes versus Cash, and you're following LNC versus Zenith.
Okay, I like to see that.
Yeah. I mean, I saw both LNC and Zenith. I think we're in with some really good matches, but LNC, their teamwork, their shot efficiency, I think they might have the advantage on that. But Zenith, with their consistency and also the ability to bounce shots and so on, I mean, if Zenith can frustrate LNC on the bounces, then maybe Zenith can have a chance. But other than that, LNC, I mean, they look very strong in the first fixture. I'm not sure. I mean, they were very close against Jokes. So my money's on LNC, but I think it will be a really close call.
Yeah, could definitely be. Problem is for Zenith on what they've shown so far, they were just splitting up quite a lot, going for lots of map control, and really showing that patient kind of play style that you see from a lot of top 16 teams, which are also in the top 8 still, but it gets rarer and rarer the further you move up the chart. For the top teams, they are just constantly moving, and I see LNC more in that position and it's not really a position, but the position of movement, you know, they are moving around the map in a confident way and just going for chances to push onto. Even if it doesn't work out, they are trying to do something. And that's what I kind of missed on the games at the start when I've seen Zenith versus Jokes, as they were just both just playing for the cap and just waiting it out. Like it was Black Goldville the first game, both just played for the B cap and waited until the very last seconds before going for a push. The pushes were nice, nicely executed, but just so late that it was a bit of a gamble, because if anything goes wrong on such a push in the last second, then there is no time to adjust to it anymore.
Yeah, I agree. It's really all about grouping your team well, and I mean, yeah, you might have good crossfire when you spread a little bit, but if the other team's able to shut down your isolated tanks quickly, that could be undone. So yeah, I think we don't have a lot of time. We only have 5 minutes left to go, so let's actually do the group draw. That's on my stream, by the way, so I have to change this text to groups. There we go. So what happens is that we have so there are 3 pots. 2 teams from each pot will form a group of 6 teams. So for the first pot we have APA, Endgame, Pink, and Serenity. Second pot we have Immortals, Ray, Sparta, and Veil. And the third pot we have Quick Win, Jokes, and the second qualifier of the wild card tournament. So I hope that is going to be simple enough to explain what's going on.
I hope you will just post that right after the tournament on Discord.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So there we go. So if I click this button, so what's going to happen is that there will be these teams. So you will see APA, Pink, and Serenity aren't on the same team. They are like on the same pots on 2 teams equally. Note that this is not the final one. I'm going to do this again. Do we have a button somewhere? Okay, let's do a reset. Okay, so are we ready for the group draw? So let's count 3, 2, 1, and build the teams. There we go. The group draw is here. Group 1, we have APA, Serenity, Immortals, Veil, Win, and the second wildcard qualifier. And this is going to be a really tough group, I have to say. I really can't. I mean, yeah, AP and Serenity are in pot 1, but we could really see some of the teams below taking the top 2 spots if any one of them is not careful enough. But that means the second group we have Endgame, Pink, Raid, Sparta, Quick, and Jokes. Yep, so these are the 2 groups. Right, that's
Second
good.
group is not going to be easier than the first one, I would say.
No, not as well. I mean, especially in the wildcard places. I think it will be a big fight, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Right. Okay.
2 minutes until the games are starting.
Right, so let's go back to the rooms, shall we? And then we'll come back, and then I think we'll go for the fixture draw. I think the order fixture. I'll see you later and have a great stream.
You too, thanks.
Bye. Right, that was Lupita again. We'll go back to the room. Still have 2 minutes to go, so let's go back to the lounge. So once again, I remind you, these are the 2 groups. Group 1, APA, Serenity, Immortals, Veil, Win, and the second wildcard tournament qualifier, whether it will be LNC or Zenith. Group 2, we have Endgame, Pink, Raid, Sparta, Quick, and Jokes. And yeah. It all remains to be seen About the fixtures. Well, we'll withdraw the fixtures after this match, and can Cash get something? Get the consolation prize against Jokes. Jokes, either way they're through to the main stage. They got the first wild card. There we go. Let's see what's going to happen here. Cash, they're going for quadruple Type 71, Vickers Light, 1 Vickers Light, double 6GPs. Jokes going for potentially quadruple Type 71, 1 Crown Bargain, and double M6Os. We're waiting, and the game should start at any moment here. And Cash is ready, and we're just waiting for Jokes. And we are in Normandy. Jokes versus Cash. Jokes must be riding high now, and Cash, 1 match win could be good. Let's see how I do in this one. And I believe I'm out of the line, so I have to do this and go up, and that works. So this time Jokes south side going a bit on AB, and Cash blue team with Forever Green. And Vickers Light getting spots up. Oh, reaction, great shots already on Foshy. And the first shots have been taken for Cash, but let's see about this position from Atheris here. Can he put some shots in? Or it's a bounce for it. Atheris, great shot to sink here. If they have a couple more bounces, Foshy takes another hit. Reaction's going to get A, and that could be really good for them, but Cash gets D, and they will be looking at D. They would not allow anyone from Jokes getting D, and this is going to last for a very long time. Normandy, the next camp steer. Well, we're going to. I mean, both teams have 3 cap points of increase per 2 seconds, so we're going to use up all 6 minutes. If both teams are not going to do anything, this is going to be quite down, unless one team makes a move. But I mean, there's reaction to Sheridan. This tag is going to be really important to get information, and I think Jokes, they don't have the cap lead. It all relies on Jokes reaction actually to get the information, to get the moves, to get the pushes done. But look at this here, 1 versus 1, reaction versus Forever Green. Reaction takes hits. I think bad move to go head on, takes another hit. It's all about the DPM now. Marcinek is going to get the support he needs, but Cash is already make a push. I think this could work really well in favor of Cash. This is the win I think they desperately need. Foshy takes a hit. It's all about focus fire. Cash, can they focus? They're just ignoring Ahsoka at the moment. They're getting Vanu now. It's a hit there. It's a kill there. Vanu is dead. Foshy is now dead as well. 6 versus 6. Can they keep up the momentum now? They seem to be confused in the focus fire. Atheris looking for Sinker Nika, but I think the other teammates have another idea. They're looking for Ahsoka and trying to get that tag down. I think also a bit of a miscommunication there. They need Ahsoka. Ahsoka puts a shot into Pado, but Cash are saying they don't have enough hit points to counter. This is going to go for Jokes, actually. And I think their focus fire kind of fell off here. Martin's now that Ahsoka is now out of this match. They're now going to get Marcinek here. It's a bounce here. and Vepro is going to put a shot onto Marcinek, but I think it's all game over here. Cash started really well with the pressure move, and the pushes came undone after they killed Venue, and they just don't know which tank to go for next. I mean, Vic is like also 1v1 for this one, isn't it? Or maybe not, because Reaction got support. But Cash, I think for the first time this evening, in fact, I don't think their teamwork is good, in my opinion. They were better in the last 2 games against Zenith and also LNC. I think they lost their focus in the middle of the match. And really good start, really faded off after they got Venue. I think Jokes might have the position advantage to make it difficult for Cash, but Cash simply fell from that. So let's see if they can pick back up from that performance. And Jokes versus Cash now. Again, on Normandy, 1-0 to Jokes at the moment. Cash is going for double back chats, quintuple type 71s, and Jokes going for M60, triple type 71, quadruple type 71, a Crown Wagon, and a Biggest Light. And we will see, let's go back to the right screen, at the battle screen, 1-0 so far. We're back, Normandy, Jokes versus Cash. Cash, I really want them to win at least one match. At least the Consolation really love to see that. They worked very hard for this particular tournament, and I really hope they get something out of it. It will be really gutting to see them winning no matches at all. But we will see now. Jokes versus Cash. Double bad chats. Doesn't work. Oh, double shots, but Rev Green again already gets tapped twice. So either way, it's going to be Jokes not getting the lead on the hit points. They got D though. They have the cap points, and all remains to be seen whether Cash can get both C and A. I think they're just going quite aggressive now. They're not going to waste a single moment. And I think if they can push onto D quickly enough, Jokes might have trouble trying to regroup. They're doing that exactly, but is it a good call for Ferris to go first? Because he has low hit points, they're going in straight. Let's see if it's going to work. This is a risk. And he got some bounces. That could be very important here. They don't have the hit points, but it could work. It could rework. Marcinek is now down. Athera is now down. Rob is going to go down really quickly. Masakota down to 1 shot. Great kill there. And it's going to be a 5 versus 6. Rob is killed now. They are now going for Sinka Rika. They are now getting the shots in. They're trying their best. Definitely, they're trying really hard to get it done. Now Sinki is killed. Pedo is now killed. Double bad chat's going for the Vegas Light. Good call there. 4 versus 4. Martin and Vapor need to team up together. They need to survive for long enough. They don't have the number. They have to survive for long enough. Vapor, great shots. Focus fire. I think there's a chance for Cash. Is it going to be enough though? Fortunately, still reloading. Martin remains to be Martin. Vapor needs to survive. Will be killed by Reaction 2 versus 3 now. The closest we've seen tonight here. Cash. Oh, I think they can do it. I believe in Cash. They can do it. Fortunately, running away. Great idea here. Not a particularly strongly armored tank. Martin needs to survive. Great shot to Ahsoka. Fortunately, Oh no, I think this will force a 1 versus 1 situation. No, Reaction's going the other way, trying to get Martin. Oh, that might be a bad idea. Ahsoka now dead. Cash. Really holding their breath, get that good decisive push on D. That's all they need. That's all they need to win, I think. Hopefully Reaction won't be able to put another shot in, and it's going to be 1-1. Cash finally wins the first match of tonight, and that's how you do, Cash. That's how you do the decisiveness. I don't see a lot of bounces this time, Cash. This is the difference here. This is what you need to do. Great job with the double back chats here. I think they've done a great job. They worked really well. They've done almost 6,000 damage together. It really shows if you can really make the teamwork work, and if you can get your shots in, you can win. Jokes with jokes. 3 tanks doing 2k with Cash. 4 tanks doing more than 2k. Cash gets 1 back. Well done, Cash. That is great. That is great. That is a great game. Finally, I think Cash really deserves to win that one. Not to say that Jokes is not a good team. Jokes did well. I mean, in this evening, they're now through it. There's nothing to lose, I would say. Cash really trying to get the consolation prize here. Jokes, it's really about the positioning, I would say. It allowed, how they positioned the last match allowed Cash to focus far nicely. They were able to corner tanks, they were able to spot isolated tanks, and Jokes needs to make sure that won't happen in the next match. And Cash will be very happy to at least win one single match tonight. Well done, Cash. There we go. Both teams are ready. Dynasty Spirit, it's a totally different map than Normandy. You can see the lineup of Cash already. They're almost going for German heavies. They're going for double VK, double V100, Mouse VK, and Pedal being the rebel here, going for the Type 71. Dynasty Spirit is really flat, and you have those really long narrow corridors. A good map for strongly armored heavy tanks like what Cash is taking here. So we head up high again. Jux is going for a more typical setup with double quadruple Type 71, a Crown Bargain, and double 60 TP. Let's see Cash, blue team from the south spawn. Can they continue this momentum here? And meanwhile, Jokes, red team going for mostly the park area. So both teams go at different sides, but already Peter spot being spotted. Marcinek in B quickly. That could mean Jokes will get a cap lead if Cash is unable to reset B. And Jokes is able to get B. Oh, Marcinek, they are ready. Cash is ready to spot, but they only put one shot in. I believe one tank bounced. Marcinek took a hit, but it's a hit that is not going to cost too much. They have 2 caps. They are going to go up by 10 cap points per 2 seconds. It's going to. It means that Cash has only less than 2 minutes to react. They need to react quickly, and this is how they react. They're going to go back to their spawn, and they're going to plow straight through their spawn and go to C. They have 2 tanks in the mid though, so that could be a pivot point, the pivot here of this entire push. They could wait for a little bit. It's still not on to 800 cap points yet. They have less than a minute to make that push, I would say. Let's see how they're going to make this work. It's going to be difficult. But Jokes is sitting deep. They don't have to do much. They have to welcome Cash and hope that they don't lose on the on the brawls. As you can see, El Picato will be welcoming the Cash tanks going from his left hand side, and Jokes is reacting to that. And meanwhile, we are seeing Cash making the counter reaction here. Great job here for Forever Green. Marcinek is now down. Great job here. Jokes is falling apart. I think Cash is on a good head start. Jokes, can they continue to do that? Can they maintain this pressure? Cash, bounce! It's a seed. Jokes is trying to get Rob out of the way. Time is running out for Cash. They aren't unable to kill a tank after getting Marcinek out of the way. And Jokes is trying to get the advantage back. They still have the caps though. They still have 2 caps, and that's going to matter the most here. And unless Cash is able to kill more tanks, and if they can get C decapped and capped back, Cash still needs to do a lot to win this one. The hit points are neck and neck. The hit points are neck and neck. I have to emphasize. Tech is going to go down. Cash really needs Tech to go down. It's still a really close one to call. Oh, big HE shot from the back from Martin. That's going to hurt a lot. Sinkaravnica's going to get those shots, those kills out of the way. He needs Atheris and Pedal here. But Forever Green's going to shield Atheris. Oh, but will be killed by Master Codes. This is still really close. Joke still has lots of cap points to do. But Cash needs that one tank, needs to kill one tank. If they cannot kill one tank out, Forever Green, really, Forever Green, you can't fluff this one. He won't fluff this one. This is going back and forth. This is really exciting. Only one more kill from Jokes and they will get this. Cash, if they can decap B, if they can stop B, oh my goodness me. This is getting really close. All Jokes needs is one kill. All Jokes needs is one single kill. Can they do it? Reaction needs that kill onto Vepro. Can they do it? It's going to be the case. Oh no. That was so close. Jokes, that kill, that single kill. It's all I need. It's all I need. Cash. Great rotation, by the way. That was great rotation. That was going a little bit too slow in tempo. Jokes still able to hold 2 caps for a really long time. And they still have 1 cap remaining actually. That caps, it matters a lot. And with Jokes killing the tanks they need to, Cash, that's an uphill battle to fight. But I'm very happy that Cash makes this hard for Jokes. But I feel really gutted for Cash here. They didn't really put a foot wrong, I would say. They were just a bit slow in killing the tanks of Jokes. I think this is kind of the area they have to be really careful with. They're sitting deep. It looks quite strong, but it's fragile. And I think teams would exploit that coming into the main stage, and they have to address this issue. Okay, now going back to Cash. Jokes now on a match point. Cash, I think they performed really well in the last 2 matches. It just we need to see. We will see a tiebreaker. Wow. Cash triple VK, double Type 71, a VK 19.01 KP for Atheris, Foshia 7. Jokes, Quintuple, Type 71, a Kranwagen, and Marcinek the VK 90.01p. There we go. Dynasty Sparrow, second match. Jokes versus Cash. Cash changing up, dropping a VK 72 in favor of a Type 71. They're going for a more traditional setup here. But I don't think their lineup is the main issue in the last match, though. But we will see if this change up is going to work in their favor, especially with the use of the IS-7. Let's go back in. Dynasty's Pro. There we go. The hit points are in favor of Cash by a tiny amount. Well, not really tiny. It's like two shots of worth of damage for Jokes to flip, but it's still substantial. And we'll see Jokes going back to the park side, and Cash doing the similar stuff as last time. And that's going up. Let's go up and see Jokes. On the park side, and let's see Vepro in this area. Great for spotting, I would say. Great for hold down. Will Jokes be able to put a shot in the Type 71? Some attempts been made, but nothing been penetrated at the moment. A will be captured by Hash, that's for sure. They will get the cap lead. Jokes, they will get C. They don't get the cap lead this time. They don't go for B straight. So this time it's going to be Jokes that needs to do rotation. Can Cash hold better than Jokes? And this is the question that will be answered in this match. Unless Jokes is going for B capture, it's possible, entirely possible. But Cash will be in positions to reset B. Of course, he's trying to reverse side strip with the ISF. This is going to be a challenge, though. With those the pike armor, for slanted armor there at the back on the backside as well, and also some really vertical armor as well. Will be easy for Martinet to penetrate if she's able to make the reverse side script work. Well, we have Forever Green in this position. Great shot into Marsico to try to get B. Can they get it? Can they do it? Oh, Cash trying to reset. That's preventing the B cap. Oh, they're getting their shots in. The hit points are neck and neck, but Rob gets absolutely smacked. I don't think Joke's able to get that. Massacota takes a lot of hits. They are giving up B. And Cash, they still have the cap point advantage. And this is going to go in their favor. They still have the cap point advantage. A great shot to take by Atheris. Really, Cash is doing a great job in holding. Frustrating Jokes in every which way possible. And Atheris in this position, great shot. It's going to be a really difficult position to get out of, but and some terrain will help. But he's going to try to get out of here. Cash doesn't have the cap lead anymore because Atheris is taking a couple of hits, and Jokes is trying to frustrate Cash again with the shots. They're really trying to get the hit point pool lead, but they are still not able to draw that advantage at the moment. And Jokes is already going deep. Marchidak leading away in the middle. Cash needs to react to that. But it's only two tanks going in the middle. I think they would have themselves isolated here. Might not be a good idea for Jokes, but it seems Vapor is ignoring this for a moment. With Cash now coming in close. They want Marchinek out of the way. Marchinek's in trouble. Atheris is in trouble as well. Jokes is coming in. I think this is the good opportunity for Cash to push, because if they don't, Atheris is going to go down. Vapor is going to go down. This is still really close. Cash still with a slight cap lead. Security can try to get Vapor. The Jokes is really trying to complicate their focus fire now. Cash, it's a bit easier for Cash to get the call of focus fire, but with Atheris and Vapor down, and Jokes no tags down now, 2 tags down already, 5 versus 5 their hit points in favor of Jokes by a good margin, but Jokes, but Cash with more cap points, Forshi trying to get B. Can they do it? It's going to be really hard, really tough. Forshi really need to get that shot into Masikota, but gets behind just at the right time. Forshi, I don't know, I think he needs to focus for Jokes. Masikota is now dead. Forshi is now going to be focused by 2 tanks. Big, oh, there's an itchy splash onto Vandy from Forever Green. It's still really close to call. Cap was still in favor of Cash. This is going whichever which way, but the hit point's still in favor of Jokes. This is going to be really tough. And Cash does not make it easy for Jokes at all. Cash is trying hard to get a focus fire. Rob might be blocking pedal for a moment. Can they do it? Can they get a focus in? Oh, got bounces! Imported bounce! Oh, Rob kills. It's killed by Hanadis. That shot into Polacco, but it's a bounce as well. Oh, this 2v2 is going to go in favor of Jokes here. Martin trying to get a cap stop on C. It's not only 1 kill that Jokes needs, it's going to be 2 kills. And with Cash getting 2 kills, and Ferg really needs to survive, and he couldn't survive. It's by the skin of his teeth. Their teeth, I mean. Jokes snatches, clutches this win. What a game again. Cash, really great performance in this fixture. I think they should they should be proud of what they've done in this fixture. That was some really great games. Jokes. 4 tanks over on 2k. Looks a little bit disorganized in this fixture, but they got their shots in. That's what matters the most here, and they got their rotations done. I mean, they can do some really complicated focus fire, especially what you saw in the latter part of the game. I mean, the situation they were in, I would say Cash has a better situation to call a focus fire, and Jokes did not falter by any bit. Despite that situation, they've done some really good communication, some really good division of labor, I would say, in that part of the game. Jokes will be an interesting team to watch in the main stage, I would say, but they should be really happy. They have 3 wins on the bounce now. They will qualify to the group stage. Well done to Jokes. Oh my lord. LNC is out. Zenith 1-3. No. Wow, I didn't expect that. LNC, hot favorites to qualify, they're out. Wow, 3-0 to Zenith. We'll have N90 back very soon. As we discuss what happened there, that was a brutal game. We didn't. I mean, both the N90 newbies and I predicted LNC to win Zenith, but Zenith showed us what they're capable of, and they knocked out LNC. Wow. in a spectacular fashion, and that means Zenith is going to get all the spots. They will be in Group 1 with APA Serenity, Immortals Avail, and Win, and Group 2 Endgame Pig, Raid, Sparta, Quick, and Jones. Wow. What a night. What a turnaround. Well done. I'm just going to hide this for now. Okay, so once again, the table is as follows. Jokes, they have 3 set wins and they will qualify, alongside Zenith with 2 set wins, LNC with 1, Cash with 0. Good night to Cash, but they at least won a single match. That was a really beautiful match to watch again. To rewind, I mean, they should be happy about their performances tonight. Some really good games, and I hope they know their main problem. It's not really about the teamwork. They display some really good teamwork at times. It's all about sometimes decisiveness, and also their shots. Really important. When you get all your shots in, that could change the momentum of the game. even if you don't have the best teamwork. So hopefully they will improve on that, and we will have N9O with us very soon. And I hope N9O is going to join us as we do the group draw. I'm just going to remove this screen for a moment, and we will go back.
Yeah, you came back.
Oh, hello there, Nubita. Wow, didn't expect that. 3-0 to Zenith, what happened?
Yeah, that's. Are you still live, by the way?
I'm still live, yes.
All right. That was also really surprising to me. Zenith they made a U-turn in their strategy. They were not campy at all anymore and went super aggressive. Caught the LNC team off guard on each game. Just in the first minute, they were starting their push, and just by this initial push, they had their advantage, and then all the rest was just focus fire and was just playing it down. But Zenith gained the advantage on each game. They were having this. It was totally surprising to me. LNC was not being ready for it. They tried their best, did some great moves, but it was simply not enough, whatever they did. In the last game then, they ran into a bait and got completely obliterated.
Ooh.
That was the end then for them.
Wow. So they came prepared. That was really great to see. And wow, they're 3-0. I wasn't expect that at all. I mean, both of us predicted LNC to make it, but no. It was a resounding victory for them, and I'm impressed actually. And I hope they will show us some really good games in the group stage. It will be a hard group for them, but I mean either way it will be a hard group. But well, right.
Which group are they?
Group 1.
Okay.
Against the odds of Veil, Win, Immortal Serenity, and APA. This is going to be really tight.
Yep. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I've been talking about our the matches I streamed. Cash showed some really good fight in the end. They at least won one single match, which is great to see. So they are not going out of the tournament with no wins at all.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, they showed some really good teamwork and some decent focus fire. I think they bounced fewer shots this time, which meant they made it really close, and that those games on Dynasty's Pearl are very close. It was down to the very last moment. It was like hovering around the 900 cap points, and really, it all really depends on that one single kill. But unfortunately, Jokes got those 2 wins on Dynasty's Pearl, which meant that Cash won 1 match on Normandy, and all they did is get a really good decisive push on D on the north side, and they won. And Jokes wasn't regrouping quickly enough, and yeah, that was. I mean, Jokes, don't get me wrong, they weren't bad, but it's great to see like Cash getting something from this tournament.
Yeah.
Right.
At least there was still this one game, and hopefully didn't lose their confidence in this game yet.
No. Wishing all the best for them in the upcoming season. Yeah. Right. So So the last thing we're going to do is to do the we're going to do the fixture draws, the sequence of the fixtures. So I'm going to show that now on the screen. So we'll start with Group 1 first. So using challenge, the teams will be APA, Serenity, Immortals, Veil, Win, and Zenith. So once I press shuffle seats, that will decide the order of the games to be played. So I'll press in 3, 2, 1, and now. Okay, now the seats shuffled. You can now browse using the link you can see above. I'll post it on the Discord server. Don't worry about that. And then we're going to bracket is as follows. The first round we're going to begin with Zenith versus Veil, Win versus Serenity, and APA versus Immor, and then on to the last 2 rounds. I will have to say, Win against APA and Win against Immortals. I think that will be really important for Win then. Then we have Veil versus Immortals, then Veil versus Serenity, and Zenith versus Serenity, and then Serenity as APA versus Zenith. So that's not going to be good news for Zenith, because Zenith will the last 2 matches will be the most difficult for them. So it all depends whether they can win the first 4 and see if they can be confident enough to at least snatch a place in the top 4. But for Veil, and I mean Veil, these 2 matches are also quite important. So we are up for some exciting schedule for Group 1.
Maybe to clarify the format again of the group stage at the start, we do have 6 teams per group, 2 groups, and the top 2 of each group will head directly to the stage 3. The 3rd and 4th will head to the stage 2, which will be played immediately after the first stage, and the last 2 of each group will drop out of the tournament, right?
Yes, that's right.
We do have how many games in total in the first stage?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
How many fixtures do we have in the first stage then?
5. So there are 5 rounds, 5 fixtures.
5 rounds of best of 5.
Yep.
Over the course of 2 days then. So that will already mix up things quite a bit and will clarify a lot how teams are just positioned for the tournament, in what form they are. Some will already drop out. 4 teams will drop out of the tournament in these very first 2 days already.
Mm-hmm.
And another 4 teams will be absolutely safe to get into the 3rd stage, but also the other 4 teams of the 3rd and 4th place will then still have every chance to get to the grand finals and possibly even win that. But it will be a lot more relaxing for the teams who are just getting into the stage 3 immediately. The first 2 of the first groups of the stage 1, because they will not have to play the stage 2 then. They can just have some days off and be totally relaxed, get into stage 3 and have a good day then. The others will have to sweat a lot more for that.
Mm-hmm. Right, I think you can show the group. I post a link on the Discord server for Group 1 now, so you can show that to your audience. I think it's in the live results there. So we'll be posting Group 2 soon once my stream is now. I mean, in the synced in real time. Okay, so now on to Group 2. So I'm going to press shuffle seats in 3, 2, 1. And there we go. Now the seats are shuffled. I didn't cuss. Oh, I almost did, but yes, the seats are shuffled. And there we go. Okay. So Group 2, we will begin with Quick vs. Jokes, Sparta versus Raid and Pink versus Endgame already. The top supposed top two predicted by the first pot. The two pot one teams already going head to head. Also the two pot 2 and two pot 3 teams are also going head to head as well. And then we end with these two final rounds: Sparta versus Pink, and then Sparta will face Endgame. So it's like Zenith. That Sparta really need to do really well in the first three rounds, and then we have, if they get 3 points, they can hope that they will get into top 4 at least. Jokes versus Endgame, and then we have Jokes against Raid, another difficult one for Jokes. So they also have to do well in the first 3 rounds, and finally Quick against Raid and Quick against Pink. So I think Group 2, it sounds like a lot of stuff will be decided on the first day. So we could see a good picture, indication of how about the teams on the first day already. But definitely, rounds 3 to 5 happen on the same day on the 5th. So there's still a lot to turn. I mean, don't forget, Red Sea last season lost the first 2 rounds 0-3. And they came 4th, and they qualified through this stage 2 last chance, and they got 5th to 6th place. So even if you lose the first 2 fixtures 0-3, you can still qualify on the very last day. So don't despair just yet. Right, that's all I have to say, pretty much, I think.
Well, I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to post a link on Live Restart as well, so you can show it to your audience in no time.
I'm not live anymore.
Oh, you're not live anymore. Okay.
No.
I can wait that until my stream catches up. But this is me and Nubita in the stream tonight. Really great to be back, of course. It's been a while streaming, and also using a new laptop, and yeah, the stream works it's really smooth tonight, apart from one ping spike, which I think it's on the Wargaming client side, not on my side. So Wargaming server side, I mean. So yeah, excited to stream the rest of the matches, and yeah, that's all for me, and I will head out and get dinner.
Good night.
I will